Hey everyone, saying thanks for joining. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you're notified next time we come on live. Right now we are 3D printing a couple dumbbells. It's for my son actually. And these are just one of the prototypes for one of our new Amazon products. This kid's toy. We're already finished the single ones. I'll show you what one of them look like. Hello Megan, thanks for joining. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Max, I love 3D printers too. I actually just bought my first 3D printer 1 year ago. No, it's probably actually about 14 months ago. And I haven't regretted it at all. That's a plastic kids toys, a dumbbell. We are starting to make stuff, another line of products, kids toys. Currently our main product line is tactical equipment that we sell to police and security. All of those products are made of TPU, but this here is part of our new product line, which is going to be a kids toys product line. I can make your name. I just have to design it in CAD and then send it off to the 3D printer. If I see you on our channel a lot, I'll make sure I get that done so you can see it being made. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you're notified next time we're online. I apologize if the audio isn't that good, guys. I currently have this iPad plugged in that is streaming the 3D printer, and once I disconnect the charger, I will plug in my microphone. Do any of you guys have 3D printers at home? Hey everyone, thanks for joining. I apologize if there were some screeching noises. I just had my other device a bit too close. We got 26 minutes left up on here, or 25 minutes now. Woo. Almost dropped the iPad. Hey guys, if you want to get notified next time we're online, just make sure you hit that subscribe button. We also appreciate all the likes that we can get. If you notice, you see the object shaking around a bit. That's actually the whole 3D printer. It sits on these little silicone feet and it moves around quite a bit actually. It doesn't make noise when it moves, but it does kind of just float around there while it prints. Hey guys, we're on the last few layers here. You will notice it goes slower for the first layer when it starts covering the infill. And then as soon as it's finished this layer here, it'll speed back up for the last 4 layers. We have the top layer set to 5 and bottom layer set to 5. That's how I know how many layers are left. 3D printing is very satisfying to watch. I often get lost sitting in front of the 3D printer staring at it printing. I don't know if that satisfaction ever goes away, because I've been doing that ever since I got my first printer about 14 months ago. Don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified next time we're on live. El Captain Games. What kind of 3D printer do you have? Do you have one? I have a P1S right above this one on our shelf. I have a H2D, a P1S, a P1P, an X1 carbon, and a A1. I'm looking forward to picking up a P2S once I need to replace one of these printers, or once we're ready to grow the farm. I'll be honest, I started with the Bambu X1 carbon, and then I went to a P1S, and then a P1P after, and then an A1, and then my H2D. I thought I needed the X1 carbon because I wanted to print with these different exotic high temp materials, but in the end, I print with mostly TPU and PETG, and you can print with those on a P1P or P1S. So I would recommend just invest into more P1Ss or P2Ss. They're perfect for most prints, and anything other than that you would need some type of X1 carbon or some type of printer that you print with exotic materials, you can just get someone to print those odd parts for you. But I can usually get away with getting them done on the P1S anyways. Nylon is a pain in the butt to print with. I do print it for some customers, but PETG and some of its hybrids are excellent materials now. And there's another material, PBT. PBT is a fantastic material, and it can be printed on most printers. If you just have an enclosure, you should be good to go. I've even printed it without an enclosure. Glass fiber PBT. The H2D has been a great printer for us, but I was pretty disappointed when I first bought it, because I purchased it to print with TPU in multi-material TPU, and then I found out that the left nozzle is restricted from printing TPU. Only the right nozzle prints TPU. That's because the way the extruder is set up, the right nozzle is that direct drive nozzle, but the left nozzle, there's more play between the extruder and the nozzle, so it can buckle the TPU. I have had some success printing TPU on both sides. I just had to trick the printer into thinking it was TPU for AMS, and then I was able to print it. There is some other brands out now that are very competitive that have multi tool heads. I may consider getting a different brand printer next time that has the multiple tool heads. I do see the Snapmaker U1 has a lot of success with TPU, so that might be our next printer if they make it more of an industrial grade, because from what I can see, the way it looks, it does look a little bit like more of a consumer residential style desktop printer. I don't know if it'd be good for, you know, 50,000 hours. Alright, we're on our second last layer, guys. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe to our channel. Yeah, the printer does wibble wobble a lot. It's on these little silicone feet, and the printer is actually made to wobble around. That way it's not putting so much stress on the mechanical components inside as that print head whips back and forth. We are on our last layer, guys. You'll notice for the last layer it does slow down a bit. That way it leaves a nice finish at the top. There is a setting called ironing. I haven't yet tried that on this printer, the Bambu H2D. But I will be trying in an upcoming future. If you want metal parts and you're thinking of getting the H2D laser, I would consider a few things with that, especially cleaning the machine. On a laser machine, you are going to have a lot of soot build up and different debris building up in there. If you have that in the same machine that you're printing with, that means every time you use the laser, you're going to have to scrub your machine down. So I am also interested in getting a laser machine at some point, but I'm going to get a dedicated laser machine. Having two combined almost reminds me of when printers started including scanners and all that inside them. I feel it's better just to go with a dedicated machine for the laser. Yeah, I have tried fooling around with acceleration on it and made it run a lot faster, but again, I wasn't really too happy with the quality I was getting. I really like to focus on the quality of my products, so I want to make sure that I'm not getting bad reviews when I'm selling stuff online. So I usually either slow down the print a little bit or keep it as the preset profiles on the Bambu. Alright guys, now this one's done. Let me get one of the other parts so I can show you exactly how this thing will go assembled. Just gotta deburr this other part quick. Now these are not really 200 pounds, but it is a kid's toy and it does not need to be heavy. But that's how it turns out. I just designed some threads so this can be assembled later. If you'll notice, I did design this not perfectly round. I did design it perfectly round at first, and I would print these this way, but they would split along the layer lines very easy. So instead, design it this way so it can be printed flat, layer lines going like this. So even if there was a layer that wanted to separate, it's a lot less likely to because it's being compressed by the threads. Thanks for watching, guys. And don't forget to subscribe so you're notified next time we come on live. We're going to be signing out now. Thank you everyone for watching and for your time. Take care, everyone.